Info Plus for genuine information.
When Israel comes to retaliate, to curb this violence, there are casualties. We are sorry for them. No Israeli is happy for a civilian killed there. But to stop the terror from Gaza, to fulfill the government of Israel's goals of this operation, one, to free all the hostages, including Bipin Joshi, and to drive out Hamas of the Gaza Strip, we cannot allow to keep even one terrorist there in Gaza. So this is why we have so much casualties. But don't believe, not Gaza, not Hamas in Gaza, not their spokesman of the Ministry of Health. They are all officials of Hamas. They are not just civilians. They are nomination by Hamas. They are members of Hamas. So they distort also the information. We are on the 24th of September. In 4 days, the sanctions against Iran will return. In 2015,
this is Qatar, and this is Doha City, home to part of Hamas's.
12th of June 2015, a resolution was voted, was accepted in the Security Council, 2231, if I read 2231, yes, relieving, elevating some or many sanctions that were on Iran in return of its commitment not to enrich uranium, not to develop weapons of mass destruction, let the people of IAEA go and inspect all the places, and the limit was 10 years. They should have waited 10 years, and then all the sanctions would have lifted, and no one would deal with Iran anymore, presumably. But the IAEA published its report, very important report, 10 years, exactly 10 years after this Jack Poa resolution was made in 2015, 12 June. They published a report saying that Iran failed in all the requirements. All, not only one and the rest are okay, two and the rest are okay. All the requirements, all the line. That triggered eventually, now that the three powers, European powers, Britain, France, and Germany. Germany is an economy power, not in the Security Council, permanent member, but is still a power. The three of them, according to the agreement, could make use of the paragraph called snapback, bring back all the sanctions against Iran that is suffering already from water shortage, electricity shortage, food shortage in many places around Iran. Now it will come worse because from the last days, the supreme leader has said, we are going to keep on enrichment until 10% is considered civilian. Uranium in the nature is about 1% of enrichment. 1%. When you enrich it to 2.65, you can use it for civilian use. Till 10, it is civilian. Till 20, it's dual use. But they had in the past amount of ready for 6 bombs in enrichment of 60%. 60% is no civilian use. Let no one fool you. This is military use, and in days or weeks it can be ready to install in a bomb. So Israel acted on June 13 after the ultimatum of President Trump of the US of 60 days passed, and the Iranians wasted all the times with words, with tricks. We felt not only the nuclear program is advancing fast, but also the accurate ballistic missiles program is advancing fast. And why did they start these two very fast? Because they realized that all the net of proxies that they have built collapsed in Gaza with Hamas and Islamic Jihad, in Lebanon, the Hezbollah, in Yemen, the Houthis, which is one part of the controlling parties in Yemen. There are 3 who are trying to get the leadership. Houthis is only one part, but their ability to send missiles is decreasing. Their ability to receive all the materials for missiles from Iran mainly is decreasing. Also Syria that assisted Iran because the Hezbollah was hit. No force protected Syria, and the rebels could rush and then take advantage. So Iran saw that there is no proxy anymore. So their only way to challenge Israel is the 2 programs, nuclear program and accurate ballistic missiles program, which according to their program was to produce 300 accurate missiles per month. That is in 1 year 1,200. No, that is 3,600. Sorry, 3,600. And in 3 years, the Iranians have a lot of patience. In 3 years, they would have in this space more than 10,000 accurate missiles. This Israel cannot stand when the leaders talk about destruction of Israel, not peaceful manners. So this is Iran, and I mentioned what the supreme leader said few days ago, yesterday or the day before yesterday, that Iran will continue to enrich, will continue to go. Although the president of Iran in the UN just said, we are not going to nuclear bomb. At the moment, maybe, but when the time comes and all the things allow, they will. Iran had few resolution from 2006. Actually, the pressure on Iran started in 1993 or even before, but 2006 was the first Security Council resolution against Iran. 6 very powerful resolutions were taken since then, and the last was the program of President of the US, President Obama, in 2015. That now we see, after 10 years that lasted this resolution, Iran failed in all the requirements. Regarding Qatar, I want you reporters in Nepal to understand. Again, Israel does not have anything against Qatar government or people. But according to the United Nations Charter, paragraph 51, nothing in the present charter shall impair the inherent right of individual or collective self-defense if an armed attack occurs against a member of the United Nations until the Security Council has taken measures necessary to maintain international peace and security. The attack on the Hamas leadership was on the 9th of September. Here it was very harsh. A day before, 2 Hamas people opened fire in a bus, in a civilian bus, on civilians, killing 6 people, Haredi people, very religious people, that they are not soldiers in any case. So, minutes after this deadly attack, many were injured, but 6 dead people. Minutes after that, Hamas took responsibility. Hamas leadership includes what they call political, but also the military heads, and all of them were in Doha. We cannot allow, Israel will not allow planning, funding, and continuation of terror, and the arch-terrorist who praised at the time. Well, it happened many years before, but it really got support after the 9/11 attack against the United States. A day after that, at 9/12/2001, the Security Council accepted the American suggestion of the Security Council Resolution 1373. 1373. I ask you politely to check into this resolution to see that according to this resolution, no country has immunity if it funds, if it hosts, if it encourages the terrorists. Qatar has a lot of influence on Hamas. It assisted in freeing terrorists like Idan Alexander, the American-Israeli hostage. They have a lot, but they don't use it in the right way. Instead of rescuing the hostages, instead of convincing the Hamas that it is the end for them, they are only causing suffering for the people in Gaza, they are encouraging them, they are maybe not letting them advance. So, if anyone wants clarification about 1373 and the attack, I'm ready to answer in very short. But we should remember, France does it against terrorists as it sees that in Mali, in Burkina Faso, in many other places. Britain did it in Syria when Assad was there, and Iraq when fighting the ISIS. There was no written agreement that gave each time these countries the right to attack at a certain time. The United States killed bin Laden in Pakistan, very close to Nepal, without asking Pakistan, can we now attack, or demanding and asking Pakistan to arrest and to give it to justice. So it's very funny, this first cry from Qatar, which gives safe haven to the Hamas leaders, that Israel breaches its sovereignty. The last thing is also very heavy. I'm sorry to bring so many. We are sorry to bring so many subjects, but with all we'll be very happy to answer. Is a new wave of recognition of Palestinian state. I will be very brief. The Ottoman Empire ruled the area until the end of the First World War. The foreign ministers of Britain and France, Sykes-Picot, signed a treaty in 1916 dividing the influence areas of the former Ottoman Empire apart from the Arab Peninsula. In November 2nd, 1917, there was the declaration of Lord Balfour, Foreign Minister of Britain, on behalf of the King of Britain, promising the Zionist movement to create a homeland in the territory of Palestine that was not only what is now Israel and the territories, but included also the Jordanian, what is Jordan now, the Kingdom of Jordan now. This was the 100%. This was in 1917. In 1920, the League of Nations gave Britain the mandate on all this land, Israel, territories, and Jordan. All this land that was without rule, only Britain was there. A year later, 1921, already not even maybe 1 year passed, and Britain tore this whole Palestine into two parts. 78% was given to the Kingdom of Jordan, that is to the Hashemite family who migrated from the Arab Peninsula northwards. They were not sitting there. They moved from south, from Arab Peninsula, because they were defeated by the Saud family. That is why now it is called Saudi Arabia, and not Hashemite kingdom, because they were driven out. So Britain gave 78% of Palestine to one family of the Hashemite people, and created Jordan. Then we jump to 47. The mandate of Britain ended with the partition, the plan of partition accepted by the UN in 29th of November 1947, creating Jewish state and Arab state. No mention of Palestine. It was the area of Palestine that, if you would like to know where the name comes, it's another lecture, but it was written Arab state and Jewish state. Israel accepted at once. All Arabs rejected. All Arabs. Britain saw that the resolution was accepted, so they retreated in half a year until May 15. And then Israel proclaimed independence. No Arab proclaimed independence. The Arabs were against all that. Jordan conquered, occupied the territories and called them West Bank. What is West Bank? It is the West Bank of the Hashemite kingdom. If you check it, the full name, West Bank of the Hashemite kingdom. And Gaza was occupied by Egypt until 1967, when they restarted a war against Israel. I didn't mention the War of Independence in 1948, but in 1967, again, a war was waged against Israel, and Israel from then controls the areas, which is disputed. Okay, it is disputed areas. There was no Palestinian state. Nobody talked about Palestinian until then. But when Israel started controlling, then the world remember, oh, there should be a Palestinian state there. There was the Intifada, if you remember, 87. In 88, from his exile, Arafat declared in Algiers the independence of a Palestinian state. No, what is a state? A state is defined boundaries, one force in it that controls the boundaries. One people, most of the people is in the land and has diplomatic relation. Diplomatic relation they had a lot, but where is the land? Where is currency? Where are the borders? Unfortunately, Nepal also recognized in 1988 the independence of Palestine. But what is it? Where are the borders? So then it had no meaning. Now it has no meaning. After 88, we had the 93 Oslo agreements. Oslo 1, 93. Oslo 2, which is also Taba, is 1995. Okay? 1995. The agreement talks about self-rule, not a state and speaking about. The council, it speaks about a Palestinian authority. Israel and the Palestinian Authority shall exercise their powers and responsibilities and with due regard to internationally accepted norms and principles of human rights and rule of law. Do you see human rights and rule of law in the Palestinian Authority? We don't. We see hatred. We see a lot. This is chapter 3. Chapter 4. The parties shall accordingly abstain from incitement. Check the books in school, all are filled with incitement. For us Israelis, the time has not come because Palestinians do not really change their minds, change their actions. Even in the last days when Abu Mazen, the leader of the Palestinian Authority within Israel, when he was not allowed to go to the UN in New York, but had a transmission, virtual transmission to the General Assembly. He had not the hostages pin, but he has a key. What does a key mean in Palestinian heritage or history? It means every Palestinian has a key to his home wherever he lived. That means in Jaffa, in Haifa, in Ramla, in Nazareth, in everywhere. So they want their peace is that all the refugees go back to Israel. If that is what Nepal also supports, then we are very sorry.
Info Plus for genuine information.